Just sitting behind the wheel. Coming up, we're going to introduce you to this guy. You might recognize him. He's 15 years old and a racing sensation. Details straight ahead.
Well, it's designed to introduce young people to the many facets of the racing industry. The Diversity in Motion Initiative Camp kicks off today. Fox 8's Adrienne DiPiazza live in Winston-Salem with more on that. Good morning.
Good morning, Brad. You know, there's a lot more to racing than just that one person that's behind the wheel, and that's what they're going to be talking to kids about over the next couple of days. 300 kids are expected to come out to these 3 different camps. Now, I'm here with Matt Murphy, which a lot of these kids or racing fans might recognize. So, you don't even have your real driver's license yet, but you race all the time. Why do you like to do it?
Well, when I first started in 2000, when I was 5 years old, 2005, when I felt the fast speed to the cars, I stuck with it, and I think it's a very fun sport, something to give you something to do too.
So why is it important to you to help kind of other kids, you know, get into racing and maybe find that as a hobby or a pastime?
Well, I mean, racing is a very good sport. It teaches you a lot, and like I said, it gives you something to do, and I believe a lot of people can learn from then what people just say looking on the TV and turn the steering wheel. There's a lot more to it.
Cool. Okay, so you guys might notice Matt here has a very interesting shirt on. Tell me, what is the purpose of these little wires you've got going on?
Well, it's like what it is cooler over here. It plugs into a cooler right here, and cold water with ice and ice and water run through these pipes. And inside of a race car, it's about twice as hot on the outside in a race car. So basically, while I'm racing, it keeps me cool. It feels like I'm in an ice bath, pretty much.
Wow. So you got to stay cool to, you know, keep a cool head, make good decisions when you're racing. All right, cool, Matt. So we're going to learn a little bit more about this program, and Winston-Salem State is sort of heading all of this off. I'm here now with Clay Hershaw, who's the head of this department. So what kind of careers, I mean, kids don't really think about race car driving probably or racing when they think of careers. What are the options for them?
Well, there are a lot of options in the motorsport industry because it's such a vast industry. There's marketing, social media, and that's with teams, but also with tracks. And there's the manufacturing aspect as well. We've got manufacturers here in North Carolina that are global suppliers of engine parts, for instance. So these are some of the options that they have available to them.
Cool. So there's, you know, some of those technical jobs, and also, like you said, the marketing, the social media, which kids, of course, are really good at these days. What do you say to sort of inspire kids, like, you know, racing isn't something that you just see on TV?
Well, it's one of those things of getting them into the industry. So like in our program, one of the things that we do is a lot of field experience. So we get students involved in the industry during their studies. So they're able to network with professionals in the industry, and that leads to jobs once they finish.
All right, thank you very much, Clay. And that's going to be about 300 kids coming here in a couple other areas throughout the triad to get into racing and motorsports. And that's all for us here, guys. But I think, you know, it's kids kindergarten to 18, which is cool. Little ones all the way up to high schoolers.
As long as they like the sound of an engine. Adrienne, thanks very much for that live update. Cindy?
That's it.